Hi everyone, my name is Kyrie Thorne. I'm from Panama City, Florida. I'm an IDS major here at the University of Southern Mississippi. For those of you who don't know what the IDS degree is, it consists of two minors, in which I've chosen criminal justice and sports marketing. I want to give a little more insight and detail on these two in particular disciplines. So I did 4 interviews. I conducted 2 face-to-face and 2 over-the-phone interviews. Um, the first person I interviewed is currently on the football team here, but he's a grad student. His name is Corey Williams. I asked Corey in particular 3 different questions that I really wanted to know about this discipline. First question I asked him was, how did you get into this field of study? Corey, in his response, he told me that he was raised around sports. He's always seen like his family were like hustlers, so he's always wanted to make another dollar. He's like, and the best way to do that legit in this world is to sell something everybody uses, every male uses, which is cleats, um, compression shirts, compression shorts, anything sports related, basketballs, footballs. He feels like he could be a small entrepreneur and own his own sporting company one day. The third question I asked him was, how does this affect your community? He said, it really doesn't affect my community, but at the same time, it does, because if he wants to open up like a sports complex for the youth around the city of New Orleans, Louisiana, he could, because he had the power and authority to do that. Third question I asked him was, what are the negative possibilities of sports marketing? He said it's all about who you know and how you know to get by in life. He's like, because in the sports world, if you know how people the better your job can be, you probably make and get a broadcasting job, or you can get like a commercials like making commercials for Nike or something, marketing their products. Um, but that's really about it with him. Um, the second person I interviewed was Glenn Manley. Glenn Manley is currently athletic director at Bay High School in Panama City, Florida. Glenn Manley, the first question I asked him was, how did you get into the field of study? He said he was raised around football, he was raised around basketball, track, soccer, baseball. He did all the sports. Um, he felt like he wanted to have a chance to major in something that could get him by in life, because at that time sports were big in his world. So he felt like, why not get to something that everybody watches, everybody does, everybody needs something, everybody wants. Um, the second question I asked him was, how has his career been so far? And he told me it was great. He told me that it's nothing like the feeling of coaching the kids' parents, or marketing, making plan, having kids play for them, and then a couple years later, as in same kids that play for him for money to help boost the club, so he can get more kids off the street and play football and keep them occupied. Um, the third question I asked him was, what are the negative possibilities of this discipline? And he told me that one of the negative possibilities of this discipline is not having people donate to you, or not marketing your school right, they're not getting the boosters so the kids can have old equipment, no new cleats, no new jersey, none of that. He said that's about the only real negative possibility. Um, on the other hand, my other discipline is criminal justice. I interviewed Ronnie Thornton. He's a grad student here at the University of Southern Mississippi. I asked Ronnie where did he want to be and why did he choose his major, and he told me he wanted to be a juvenile justice counselor. He said one of the ways he want to do that is so he can help troubled youth in his neighborhood, Miami, Florida, realize that there's more than just selling drugs or gunning people down to shooting. He said you can also get far by using your mind, getting an education, playing sports. He said sports is a way out of a lot of things. Kids cope when they play sports. Um, the second question I asked him was, how does this discipline embrace the community? He said, um, in a good way, but not a bad way, people stereotype you in this type of environment for being some type of law enforcement. And he said that was kind of bad on his part, because he might not get the respect that he needs to do his job. And third question I asked him, where does he see himself 10 years in this job? He said if not in the NFL, he hopes to be a counselor somewhere, making money, being a correction officer or something, if it doesn't work out. The fourth person I interviewed was Renato Russell. He's a police officer from the city of Montgomery, Alabama. He's currently in his second year on the police force. I asked him why did he choose this major. He said, I chose this major because there are many different fields in this major. You can be a police officer, correction officer, probation officer. You can sometimes work your way to being judge. He said there's many possibilities in this field. But he also he stressed to me that you have to have a passion for this job because it's not all about a paycheck. He said it's his career. A career is something that you want to do. You have passion for it. You love it. And he said a job is just something you do day to day for a paycheck. You might not enjoy it at all. I asked him what are the negative possibilities of this job, and he said you got to worry about your life every day, threatening, or worrying about somebody killing you or setting you up, or people shooting like at a police officer or something. He said it's not bad because a lot of people respect you in their eyes because they need the help, but on the other hand, it's people looking at you in a negative way, because a lot of people think police officers are cruel or think they can swing their power around like they want to. In response to all of these, Renato Irani really stressed that you have to have a passion for what you do because it's not all about the money. You can do better and still make more money, or less and still make more money. I really like the insight on these two disciplines because I really want to make a difference in somebody's life, be a role model, be a positive influence in somebody's life, knowing that I'm doing something to help my community. I want to be the change in the world, so I really like these two disciplines because I feel like they can coexist with each other. Who knows? I could be a sports coach, or with this degree, marketing my team off so we can get sponsors by that we can look good, we can play good, feel good. Having kids want to come out there and be in a nice uniform and stuff. That's the type of person I am. But I really would like to thank y'all for your time for listening to my interview. Y'all have a nice day.